This movie is on customizing the ribbon. We're going to start by finding out we can show or hide the individual ribbon tabs. We can move the order in which the tabs are displayed. We can create a new tab and add commands to groups that are established for that tab. We can create new groups. We can utilize the groups of commands already established by Excel. We can move the groups within the tabs. We can import and export our ribbon and make it available to other computers. And if we're not happy with anything we've done, we can reset to the default ribbon. So this is our starting point, the default ribbon. These customization options were not available in 2007. And when you set these customizations for your ribbon, it's at the application level. It's not at the workbook level. So the next time you open Excel up, you'll have these customizations in place. So to customize the ribbon, to get back to that functionality, we're going to right-click the ribbon and left-click Customize the Ribbon. And we're taken to a dialog box where we have a list of commands that are filtered, showing us now the popular commands, but there are other filters that we can select from. The commands not in the ribbon, and there are many. We can show all the commands. We can show the commands associated with the File tab or all of the tabs, and so on. On the right side, we have a display that is the structure of the ribbon, beginning with the Home tab, and under that, the group of commands that are listed on the Home tab, the clipboard group, the font group, alignment group, and so on. And then we have the Insert tab, the Page Layout tab, and so on. Again, we have some filter options at work. We're showing the main tabs, but we can also choose to show the Tool tabs, which are the contextually driven tabs when we're working with SmartArt or charts and so on. Or we can show all of the tabs, both the main tabs and the contextually driven tabs, the Tool tabs. I'm going to go back to the main tabs. Some of these tabs have a checkbox that's checked and some of them do not. If the checkbox is checked, that determines whether the tab is going to display on the ribbon. And I can uncheck any one of these or all of these. And when I uncheck all of them, our ribbon completely disappears. Right-clicking to customize the ribbon again. I'm going to select to have these tabs displayed. In addition to choosing which tabs we display and not, we can also move the tabs. I've got the View tab selected, and I can left-click the up arrow or the down arrow and change the placement of that tab as well as any other tab. Now, all the tabs that we've displayed, the main tabs and the Tool tabs, are all customizable in the way that we're going to explain in this movie. But there's a potential problem with changing the standard ribbon, and that is you may end up working on a computer, a colleague's computer, for instance, and they're, of course, not going to have your customizations. So instead of customizing the standard ribbon, it may be a better option to create your own tab and customize that. And the way you do that is to pick a starting point, and right now our starting point is the View tab. And when we add a tab, it's going to come after the View tab. And to add a tab, left-click New Tab. And I have a tab that gets inserted along with a group. The tabs are the placeholders for the groups, which are the placeholders for the command icons. And because of that, you can't add a command to a tab. When I try to do that, I'll get an error message. Commands can only be added to custom groups. I'm going to left-click OK. And when I select and choose a custom group and then try to add that same command, I'm successful at doing that. When you're adding custom tabs and custom groups, you can rename them. In fact, you can rename the standard tabs as well. But for the reason mentioned before, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to rename my custom tab, select OK, and rename my custom group. Above the field that you can use to rename the custom group is a bank of icons that you can use to customize the icon that's displayed for your command buttons within that group. I'm going to left-click OK because my group is now renamed. I'm going to select the icon and rename that, where I can also choose a different icon And that wouldn't make any sense to put a smiley face there, but I can certainly do that. Maybe sorting makes you happy. So I can easily create a new group on my new tab. That first group was created by default when I created my tab, but I can also add another group and rename that group as well. Left-click OK. And I can add commands to this group as well. Now, Excel has some command groups already established, like conditional formatting. And you can identify the command groups because there's a right arrow to the right of the description, conditional formatting. When I add that to my second group, I already have a group in that conditional formatting as a group onto itself. That doesn't prevent me from being able to add other commands to that group. So we can take advantage of Excel's built-in groups when we're populating our custom groups on our custom tab. So just as we could move the tabs in a different order, we can do the same thing with the groups on the tabs. I can move my second group to show first. I'm going to left-click OK so that we can reestablish the ribbon, and this time it'll have our custom tab, my tab. When I select that, I have my second group showing first, and the first group that was created with custom sort with my custom icon, my smiley face. Right-clicking to get back to customize the ribbon. There's another option that you have when you're choosing to display your icons, and that is you can show the icons in sort of a smaller scale. Hide command labels, and our first group now takes up less space. Other than that, you don't have too much control over how the icons are displayed. You can customize the icon. You can do this one resizing of the icons, but then the ribbon will determine how to display itself given the resolution of the monitor. Right-clicking one more time to get back to customize the ribbon. Now that we have a custom ribbon, we can actually export the ribbon, or having exported one, we could import a ribbon, and it's a user interface file that's created that looks like that, Excel customizations.exported UI. I'm going to cancel that. So you have the ability to establish a custom ribbon and export those customizations, which will include the customizations that you've done on the Quick Access toolbar, and import those customizations into another computer so that you're at home no matter where you are. If you have a home computer, you have one at work, you can pass your custom ribbon to your home computer. And if at the end of the day you decide you're not happy with the customizations that you've built, you can left-click Reset, where you have the option to reset back to the default ribbon. And I'll reset all the customizations. Excel wants to make sure that I'm sure that I want to do that. Delete all ribbon and Quick Access toolbar customizations for this program question. Yes. Left-click OK, and we're back to our standard default ribbon. So we took a look at customizing the ribbon. We found that we could hide or show any of the tabs. We could move the tabs to be displayed in a different order. We can create a new tab, and when we do that, we automatically create one group, and we can add commands to that group. We can also create a new group on our new tab and add commands to that as well. When we're adding commands, we can choose to utilize the built-in groups that Excel has already established. Within the tab, we can move the groups in a different order. And once we get our customizations adjusted, we can export the ribbon and the Quick Access toolbar customizations and then import them into another computer. And if we're unhappy with all of our customizations, we can reset the ribbon back to the default.